Theron, son of George and Kelly Theron, from Watertown. Sam Tomzak, son of Reverend Benjamin and Kristen Tomzak, from Sioux Falls. Now to the freshmen. Justin Barthel, son of Paul and Deb Barthel, from Elkton. Josiah Bender, son of Kyle and Melissa Bender, from Watertown. Cameron Coleman, son of Chad and Molly Coleman, from Watertown. Lydia Fierstead, daughter of Rachel Kindval and Dan Fierstead, from Watertown. Jaden Holiday Budo, son of Kenzie and Ashley Holiday, from Watertown. Tegan Holloway, son of Justin and Ashley Holloway, from Watertown. Alexander Kakachik, son of Jamie and Michelle Kakachik, from Watertown. Ada Maddox, daughter of Greg and Nicole Maddox, from Hermosa. Tatum Tulowitzki, son of Lena Natardi, from Watertown. Dominic Vanelli, son of Stephen and Anna Vanelli, from Watertown. Now to our 8th graders. Blaine Knox, son of Teresa Knox, from Watertown. Luke Schaefer, son of Jacob and Jamie Schaefer, from Watertown. Micah Schleusner, son of Aaron and Rachel Schleusner, from Watertown. Abby Schmidt, daughter of Mike and Angie Schmidt, from Watertown. And our 7th graders. Hudson Dunsmore, son of Ben and Trista Dunsmore, from Watertown. Keanu Lewandowski, son of Rick Lewandowski and Shara Rodriguez, from Watertown. Parents, thank you for allowing GPL to support you in your children's Christian education and the development of their God-given talents. Thank you for everything you do to support your teams and your children in their athletic endeavors at GPL. To God be the glory. Let's hear it for all our parents. And just a reminder, as we break in the new facility tonight, the juniors and our concessions are all located underneath the grandstand, ready to serve you throughout the evening. Concession stand and the junior class fundraiser underneath the West Grandstand.
next one, junior, number 25, Jeremiah Martins. At the line of 5'10", senior, number 40, William Krenz. At line, a 6-foot junior, number 80, Tyler Brumer. The Panthers are coached by Aaron Schleusner, assistants Darren Mack, Ben Riegsicker, Keith Mull, Rod Nelner, Pierce Oline, Seth Keffey, and Miles York. And now let's enjoy some high school football.
Good evening, Panther fans. Good evening, Panther fans. Welcome to tonight's Eastern Coteau Conference matchup between the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers and the Florence Henry Falcons. Starting lineups were just announced here at the brand new Allen Mitchell Field here in Watertown, South Dakota. Panthers playing for the very first time here. Just a few blocks from campus now. This new stadium. Watertown High School opened up the stadium last Friday night. Now it's GPL's turn to open up this beautiful new facility. Nice crisp night for football here in early September. Parents' night here as well for the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers. Panthers coming into this matchup here tonight with a record of 2-0, coming off a win last week. A home win played in Aberdeen at Northern State University. They beat Wabash Summit 36-6 last week, and they beat Waverly South Shore in their opener 28-6 back on August 22nd. Coin toss has been completed, and we're ready to play some football. Florence Henry played their first game last week, coming off a loss to Waverly South Shore. Looking to pick up a victory here tonight. And the Panthers will be receiving the ball here to start tonight's game. We've got Caleb Canas and Ryan Jenstead back deep for the Panthers. And kicking off for the Falcons is number 7, Dawson Langton. So we'll see if the Panthers can get a nice return here to open up the opening kickoff here at this stadium. Nice fast track on this artificial turf, especially with 9-man football, lots of open space, and Jenstead receives the kickoff at about the 30-yard line, and he'll take it about 15 yards to about the 45, where the Panthers will start with favorable field position. According to our PA announcer, Langton and Sumner were in on that tackle for the Florence Henry Falcons. So the Panthers will take over at the 45-yard line. Senior Will Krenz at center. Senior Jarrett Bauer at quarterback. The snap and the handoff to Ryan Jenstead. Jenstead runs it up the middle, and he's got space. He's to the 30, the 20, to the 10. This fast track has Ryan Jenstead a touchdown and a Panthers 6-0 lead with just less than 15 seconds here in this game. Jenstead takes the ball, goes right up the middle, and takes it 55 yards to the house for a Panther touchdown. I said this artificial turf is going to be a fast track here, and with 9-man football, there's a lot of space out there. So if the Panthers can get their speed going here tonight, you're going to see the scoreboard light up. And Genstead gets in for the two-point conversion to make it 8-0 Panthers with just 18 seconds gone here in this game against the Florence Henry Falcons. Genstead's coming to the sideline to take a breather. We're going to take a breather here for about 20 seconds. Be right back after this. Welcome back, Panther fans. Panthers up on top, 8-0. One play from scrimmage from the 45-yard line, and Ryan Genstead takes it to the house from 55 yards out. Barely touched. Good blocking up front there. And he puts the Panthers on the board first, 8-0. So now we're going to have Samuel Tomzak kicking off, son of Reverend Benjamin and Kristen Tomzak of Bethel Lutheran in Sioux Falls. He'll kick it off from the 40. Back to receive for the Falcons. Number 23 picks it up, Carson Kelly. And Kelly will take it to about the 35-yard line, where the Falcons will take over for their first offensive possession of the game. Jeremiah Martins, the junior linebacker, in on that tackle. And the Falcons will take it at the 35-yard line as sophomore Colby Robinson takes over at center. Dawson Langton at quarterback hands it off to Dawson Lavacek, the running back, who picks up. They're going to say he got it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Second and 10 for Florence Henry. Langton ducks under center. Tosses it to Keller. Keller around the right side. And he's brought down for a lot. Well, they're going to mark him at about the line of scrimmage again, so no gain on that play. Thought there might be loss of a yard or so, but they marked him right back at the 35-yard line. So Langton will take it 3rd and 10 under center. He's going to toss to Lavacek. Lavacek around the left side. He picks up maybe 4 yards. Gets it to the 39-yard line. So it's going to be 4th and 6. And we'll see what the Falcons do here. It looks like they're going to punt as Caleb Canas goes back deep to receive for the Panthers. Carson Kelly, the punter for the Falcons. Is back deep to take the snap. He's at about the 30-yard line. He gets the punt off. And Canas is going to just stay away from it and let the Falcons down it at about the 29-yard line. So that's where the Panthers will take over with 9.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Panthers up 8-0. And we're back with the action as the Panthers take over to their second possession here, and only their second play from scrimmage. Bauer pitches it to Lucas Johnson, and the ball hits the turf there. Couldn't quite get the connection there, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. They're going to say that was an incomplete pass because he passed it forward, so Panthers catch a break there. Instead of it being a fumble for a loss, it's a incomplete pass, and they get 2nd and 10 at the 30. Bauer hands it off to Genstead. Genstead to the right side, and he's taken down by a couple of Falcons. Kelly was in there on the tackle, as well as Langton. But they're going to say Genstead picked up about a yard on that carry, so it's going to be 3rd and 9 from the 31-yard line. Panthers had got on the board early with the first play from scrimmage being a 55-yard touchdown from Ryan Genstead. Now it's bringing up 3rd and 9 on their second drive with Bauer in the shotgun. Genstead in motion, hands it off to Genstead. Genstead breaks 1 tackle, he breaks 2, but he can't break 3 tackles, and he gets wrestled down at about the 34-yard line. So we'll see if the Panthers will likely punt here. No, it looks like they may. Nope, they are going to punt. They bring in Logan Bergen, the punter. Back deep for the Falcons is number 9, Tucker Keller. Keller makes one man miss, and he takes it up to about the 39-yard line, and a late flag comes in after the play.
Keller brought down by Cameron. There is laundry on the field.
So we'll see what the penalty is. There's about a 12-yard gain. We're going to have a block in the back, it looks like. Or on the Falcons, so that's going to take them back. Let's see, about 10 yards. 10 yards, it takes him back, so about all the yards that Keller picked up on the return are nullified by the block in the back penalty. And the Florence Henry Falcons will take over at the 28-yard line. On the defensive line for the Panthers, Cameron, Krenz, and Johnson. And Carley gets in there to wrestle down Dawson Lavacek for a loss of about seven yards or so. Big loss there on first down for the Florence Henry Falcons. Holden Carley comes in from the cornerback position to make the tackle. A host of Panthers strung it out, kept contained, and allowed their playmakers to make plays. Now the direct handoff to number 5, Lavacek. Conkey.
Gain of 1.
Looked like number 2 from up here.
3rd down and 16 for the Falcons.
Number 12, I'm sorry. James Conkey with the ball. Gained about a yard on the play. Langton drops back, gets it to Lavacek. Picks up about 6 yards on the pass. Gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be about 4th and 10. Now they're going to say he gained a couple more yards, so 4th and 8 at the 30-yard line. Clouds now giving way to sun, and the sun is shining right on Florence Henry's punter. But he's able to handle the snap and get it off. It's received by Canas, who has a long return, cuts it back at the 20, pushed out of bounds at about the 16 or 17-yard line to put the Panthers in the red zone right away as they take over on their 3rd offensive possession. So Canas fields the ball.
After a nice return,
and the right side of the field was about as wide open as he could get. And he ran it for about 35 yards to get the Panthers inside the 20 as they take over. Bauer back in the shotgun, flanked by Johnson and Genstead. Johnson gets the handoff, picks up maybe a yard or so. So it's going to be
no gain on the play.
They're going to say no gain. Got back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 19-yard line. Panthers break the huddle. Up 8-0 with just about 5 minutes left here to play in the first quarter. Bauer drops back to pass. His pass is intercepted at the 1-yard line by Dawson Langton.
Bergen's
pass was intended for
pass intended to Bergen from Bauer.
Pass was intended for Logan Bergen. Tried to throw it up for him, but couldn't come down with it. Was intercepted by Langton.
Falcons will start their work at the 2-yard
line. And the Falcons will take over at the 2-yard line. So the Falcons take over. Toss it to Keller. Keller takes it up the middle. Gains probably about 8 yards, I'm going to say. Yeah. Keller gets about 8 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 2.
2nd and 3 for the Falcons.
Maybe 2nd and 3, according to the PA announcer, but I'm going to call it 2nd and 2. A short 3. Handoff to Conkey. Kind of that quick handoff.
Conkey, the ball carrier.
As Conkey is
taken down by
at the fullback position. So directly behind the quarterback. So quarterback turns around, hands it right off to him. Kind of that quick dive. It's going to be 3rd and 2 at the 10-yard line for the Falcons as they break the huddle. Lavacek goes in motion, but they hand it off to Keller. Keller goes around the right side, and they're going to say he got a first down, picked up 2-3 yards there. Got a first down. Maybe just the nose of the ball, just past the first down marker. Another quick handoff to Lavacek, and he'll pick up a couple yards on that play.
Lavacek, the ball carrier, brought down by Johnson.
They're going to say he maybe picked up a half yard on that one. So 2nd and 10, maybe 2nd and 9.5, but we'll say 10. Quick pitch to Keller, who went in motion, and he's met directly at the line and taken down by a host of Panthers. You had Benjamin Prawl in on that tackle. William Krenz, Aiden Cameron.
Short gain on the play.
Several Panthers there to make the tackle. Bringing up 3rd and 9 with 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. As I was saying before, from the top of your screen to the bottom, on the defensive line, we've got Tyler Broomer, Aiden Cameron, William Krenz, Lucas Johnson, and Jeremiah Martins. For the Panthers on the offensive line, Benjamin Prawl at linebacker. Langton drops back to pass, and pass is incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see what the flag is for.
Pass intended for Lovacek.
Logan Bergen was there at defensive back for the Panthers. We'll see what the flag is. It appears to be a penalty against the Panthers, as the officials are going to call interference. So it's going to be 15-yard penalty. So it's a first down for Florence Henry, and they're going to get the ball at the 30-yard line. 31-yard line. As they march south to north here at the new Allen Mitchell Field, or right to left on your TV screen. The quick pitch to Lovacek, and he's taken down by Johnson in the backfield.
Lovacek, the ball carrier, brought down
Lucas Johnson
for the Panthers.
Comes in from defensive end and wrangles down Lovacek for a loss of 4 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14 for the Falcons with a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. Panthers up 8-0. Panthers scored on the first play of the game with a 55-yard run by Ryan Genstead, the senior. Langton fakes the pitch, gets it to Keller. Keller takes it up the middle to gain back the yardage that was lost on the first down. Gets it back to about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a couple yards more, so it's going to be 3rd and 8 on the Falcons' 33-yard line. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Langton ducks under center. Calls out the cadence. Lovacek goes in motion. Drops back to pass. Johnson misses a sack, but it's cleaned up by William Krenz. Johnson whiffed on the sack, but Krenz was right there for the 1-2 punch for the Panthers as it brings up 4th down and long for Florence Henry as the final seconds tick off the clock here in the first quarter. And they're just going to let the last few seconds tick off. That's going to be the end of the first quarter. Panthers are up 8-0, and the Falcons will begin the second quarter with a punt to the Panthers. Panthers 8, Falcons 0. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Watertown and the second quarter of this Eastern Coteau Conference matchup between the Great Plains Lutheran Panthers and the Florence Henry Falcons. The Falcons punting to start the second quarter here, and their punt rolls out of bounds at about the 20-yard line.
Punt goes out of bounds.
So the Panthers will take over. We'll see where the officials mark it. But looking like it's going to be the 17-yard line where the Panthers will take over. As the sun is setting here in Watertown, it's kind of dipping below the clouds and bathing portions of the field in sunshine. Maybe playing a factor in getting in the players' eyes, or kind of that glare off the helmets as the sun sets. Genstead around the left side gains a couple yards. And Genstead is down on the field for the Panthers, so we'll have an injury timeout. As the trainers come out, looks like it may be cramps. As the trainer goes out to stretch out Genstead. So we'll be back. We'll take a quick break here and be back after this injury timeout. Genstead taken off the field by the trainers and some coaching staff, still stretching him out on the sidelines. As Bauer takes over Takes a snap and pitches it out to Canas. Canas around the right side. Taken down at about the 15-yard line for a couple-yard loss. So it's going to be 3rd and 12 for the Panthers. As I said, Allen Mitchell Field here, the new athletic complex at Watertown High School, opened up last week with Watertown High School playing Sioux Falls Jefferson here. Panthers had been playing over at Watertown Stadium along with Watertown High School up until this new field opened this year. Bauer back in the shotgun, takes a snap, passes it over to the left side. Pass intended for Canas, incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down, and Logan Bergen will likely come on the field for the punt. Genstead still being stretched out on the sidelines by the trainers. So we got Bergen for the punt. Back deep for the Falcons. Number 9, Tucker Keller, Jr. Bergen's punt goes straight in the air. Comes down at the 30. Short punt rolls to the 35, the 36, the 37. Probably about the 38 where they'll down it. So Falcons will start with favorable field position. But there is a flag down right around the area where Bergen punted the football. So we'll see if it either it's a some sort of a roughing penalty, or maybe it's a holding penalty on the Panthers. Looks like it was against the Falcons. Penalty against the Falcons.
Penalty on the Falcons.
So it looks like running into the kicker is the penalty, according to the PA announcer here at Allen Mitchell Field. So it's going to be a re-kick. I don't think it'll be enough for a first down. Will not be. We'll take it to the 20, about a 10-yard penalty. So brings up 4th and 7 yards to go. So Bergen stays back to punt. Tucker Keller, the junior from Florence Henry, stays deep for the Falcons to receive this punt. Bergen's punt, much better this time. Drops at the 49 and rolls backwards. Going to be downed in Panther territory right about the 45-yard line. So again, favorable field position for the Falcons. As they take over. But maybe picked up another 5-7 yards for the Panthers because of that penalty. So push the Falcons back a little bit. Langton ducks under center with Conkey in the backfield. Handoff to Levanchek. Levanchek up the middle. And Prawl wrestles him down after about a 3-yard gain at the 42-yard line. As Florence Henry takes over in Panther territory. As I said, sun setting. We've got some shadows on the field. Langton takes a snap, hands it off to Keller. Keller around the right side. Taken out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. That's enough for a first down. Move the chains for Florence Henry. With just under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Falcons break the huddle. take over at the 33-yard line. Dawson Langton hands it off to Conkey. Conkey right up the middle. The dive right up the gut will pick up a couple yards to bring up second down for the Falcons. Looking to see, looks like Gensted's walking it off on the sideline. Hasn't come back into the ball game yet. Keller goes in motion. The handoff to Lavacek. And that play is blown up by Jeremiah Martins, who gets in the backfield and makes a tackle.
Brought down by Jeremiah Martins.
The junior linebacker gets his nose in there, makes a tackle.
Third down.
The Falcons lose a few yards, and it's going to bring up third and about 9 yards to go. So third and long from the Panthers' 33-yard line as Florence Henry tries to get something going here with just under 8.5 minutes left in the half. Langton, the screen pass, and Martins is there again. The screen pass to Conkey out in the flats, and Martins is there to make the tackle for another loss to bring up 4th and 11 for the Falcons. Jeremiah Martins on back-to-back plays single-handedly pushes the Falcons back about 5 yards. And it looks like the Falcons are going to go for it as Langton goes into the shotgun. He drops back to pass. He's hit from behind. Pass incomplete. Panthers are going to take over on downs at about the 33-yard line.
Panthers will take over on the 39-yard line.
I couldn't see who hit Dawson Langton from behind as he released that ball, but obviously affected it. Heavy pressure on the quarterback, and the Panthers take over on downs. 1st and 10. They're going to say just shy of the 34-yard line. So in for the Panthers, we got Lucas Johnson at fullback. We've got Caleb Canas at halfback in the I formation. Handoff to Canas. Canas up the middle, drags a few tacklers with him, picks up about 5 yards, gets it up to about the 40-yard line with 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Panthers up 8-0. Following a long 55-yard touchdown run by Ryan Genstead on that first play of the game for the Panthers. 2nd and 4 for GPL. Handoff to Johnson. Johnson breaks one tackle and is taken down by Tucker Keller and Dawson Lavacek. Just shy of the first down marker. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 3rd and short, probably a short one for the Panthers. As I was saying before, Panthers and Watertown High School used to share the historic Watertown Stadium that was built in 1941 up until just a few weeks ago when this stadium opened up. 4th down play, handoff to Canas. Canas gets 3 or 4 yards easily, picks up the first down for the Panthers. So GPL has played their home games at Watertown Stadium up until tonight. This is the very first time they're playing here at Allen Mitchell Field.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line.
This stadium holds 3,800 fans. Not that many quite here in attendance tonight, but good crowd for this Eastern Coteau Conference matchup. Bauer in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back to pass. Pass for Carly. Langton was all over Carly grabbed him from behind and kind of took him down, but no flag on the field as some murmurs from the crowd were thinking that was a penalty and looking for the flag, but no flag. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers at about the 48-yard line. We got Krenz, Kukan, and Cameron on the line. Bauer ducks under center. I formation. And Bauer's taken down in the backfield by number 12, James Conkey. So play kind of broken up there. And it's a loss of, if we add it up here, probably about 6 yards or so. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 16 for GPL. Bauer in the shotgun. Screen pass to Johnson. Johnson breaks free of a tackle. He's to the 40, 30. He's to the 20, to the 10, and a touchdown for number 23, Lucas Johnson on 3rd and 16. He takes it almost 60 yards to the house for a 14-0 lead for GPL. That was just a little screen play to the right. Johnson cut back to the left, and he saw nothing but sunshine and that purple end zone as the Panthers take the 14-0 lead. So the 2-point conversion for GPL. Bauer back in the shotgun, takes the snap, tosses it in the direction of Broomer, but it's broken up by the Falcons, so 2-point conversion no good. Panthers still up 14-0 with 4:43 left in the first half. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to Allen Mitchell Field here in Watertown, South Dakota, for the second quarter here as the Panthers kick off after that almost 60-yard screen pass to Lucas Johnson for the touchdown. Panthers lead 14-0. Samuel Tomzak, son of the Reverend Ben Tomzak, kicks it off. It's fielded by Conkey. And Conkey takes it past the 50, tackled by Benjamin Prawl. So the Falcons will take over at about the 48-yard line. With 4.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Langton under center. Keller gets the pitch, and he'll pick up about 8 yards on the pitch and run. So it's going to be 2nd Yeah, pick up about 7 yards. 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Next week, GPL travels to Hamlin to take on the Chargers. They're currently leading Wabash Summit 34-0 at halftime. Handoff to Lavacek. Lavacek picks up about 4 yards. That's good enough for the first down. Takes it up to about the 36. Hamlin currently ranked the number 2 team in the state of South Dakota in 9AA football. As I said, they're beating Wabash Summit 34-0 right now at halftime. Keller goes in motion. He gets the pitch. He runs it up the middle, breaks a few tackles, gets to the secondary, and he's going to be gang tackled down at about the 20-yard line for a nice gain. It's probably about a 17-yard run to the 20-yard line, and the Falcons are not going to go into halftime quietly. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field. Panthers going to want to talk about it. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to the second quarter. 3:19 left before halftime. 1st and 10. And James Conkey
the ball carriers for the Falcons.
runs hard
Carly on the tackle.
up the right side for a gain of about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and short. Less than a yard to go. Conkey was running with purpose on that one. Langton under center. Keller goes in motion. And he's swallowed up in the backfield by Krenz Cameron for a loss. And it's going to be a loss of about, we're going to say a loss of about 5 yards. 5-6 yards. 3rd and 5 for the Falcons. So Panthers come up with a big stop there on 2nd down. It was 2nd and less than a yard, and Cameron and Krenz got in the backfield and blew it up. Keller takes the ball up the right for a couple yards, so it's going to bring up probably 4th and 3 for the Falcons. 4th and long, maybe a 4th and a long one, maybe 2 yards. So with 1:44 to go before halftime, Florence Henry's going to go for it. Down 14-0. Panthers scored on 2 big plays. 55-yard as we take a timeout on the field. Florence Henry takes a timeout. Panthers scored on a 55-yard touchdown run by Ryan Genstead on the very first play of the game. And then in the second quarter, on a long third down, a screen pass to Lucas Johnson goes nearly 60 yards for a touchdown. And here we are. Panthers are up 14-0 with 1:36 to play in the first half. In the very first game, Panthers are playing here at Allen Mitchell Field. As I said, 3,800 seat brand new stadium. Field turf, synthetic turf, fast track for running the ball here. And we've seen that so far with two big explosive plays from the Panthers that led to both of their touchdowns here tonight. Say this turf is supposed to last 15 years as the Falcons face 4th and short. Langton takes it up the middle, the quarterback sneak. Did he get enough? If he got, it looks like he did, just past the 10-yard line. Looks like he did pick up the first down. They're going to spot him inside the 10 at about the 9.5.
First down and goal.
Minute 28 on the clock. Clock keeps ticking as the Falcons try to score here. They'll have the ball. They'll receive the ball to start the second half. So they'll try to kind of do the double dip here and score just before halftime and then receive the ball in the second half. Conkey, the ball carrier for Florence Henry. Lost maybe a half yard, so it's still going to be second and goal from about the 9. Time ticking away here, 49 seconds. Second and goal from the 9. Langton under center. Conkey in motion. And the Panthers are able to stop Keller.
Keller, the ball carrier,
for no gain. Timeout by the Falcons with 22 seconds to go here in the first half. Going to be 3rd down and 9.
Timeout Falcons.
First 2 downs didn't result in any yardage, so they're going to talk about it here. See if they can get something going on 3rd down. Falcons have 1 timeout left here in the first half as we've got 22 seconds to go. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. Welcome back to Allen Mitchell Field and the second quarter. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. Panthers are leading 14-0, but the Florence Henry Falcons are knocking on the door here on 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Coming out of the timeout, we'll see what the Falcons drew up in that huddle to get their offense going. Dawson Langton drops back to pass. Gets the pass to Keller, but Keller is wrangled down by, I believe, number 29, Jeremiah Martins. 25, Jeremiah Martins. I'm sorry. Keller, number 9, was the receiver. So Martins makes a great open field tackle. That's the 3rd time we've called his name in this quarter for an outstanding tackle. Takes Keller down out in space, brings up 4th down with 19 seconds to go. Another timeout taken by Florence Henry as they try to preserve their down, their possession, and the little time that's left on the clock before halftime as they try to get on the board. 14-0. GPL has the lead right now. 19 seconds to go in the first half. Fourth down. 4 yards to go. And we'll see if the Panthers can come up with a crucial stop here before halftime. As I said, Florence Henry will receive the second half kickoff. So the Panthers need to come up big on D here to prevent a score just before the half. Langton behind center, drops back the pass. Into the end zone, no good. Pass no good. Intended for Carson Kelly. He was defended by Holden Carley and Caleb Canas. They were there on the coverage. Pass was wide, no good. Turnover on downs. The Panthers defense comes up big in that final minute here of the first half to keep the Falcons scoreless with 15 seconds left in the first half. So the Panthers are up 14-0, 15 seconds to go. They take over on downs just before halftime. As I said, both scores were a result of 2 explosive plays of more than 50 yards for the Panthers. We'll see what they do here at the end of the first. And we get a run up the middle from Lucas Johnson. And Lucas Johnson is out to the races. He is going to take it 97 yards for another Panther touchdown. Lucas Johnson goes 97 yards on this fast track here at Allen Mitchell Field for the third Panthers score of the first half. I was just saying all of the Panther touchdowns have come on plays of 50 yards or more, and now we've had the third play where the Panthers have scored. That one going 97 yards. The handoff to the senior, number 23, Lucas Johnson. And the Panthers will try the 2-point conversion with no time left here on the clock. The pitch out to Canas. Canas lowers the shoulder, takes it in, makes it 22-0. Great Plains Lutheran Panthers, who are lighting up the brand new scoreboard here at Allen Mitchell Field in Watertown. 22-0. GPL up on top. We'll be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to the second half here at Allen Mitchell Field. Panthers up 22-0 as we kick off the second half. Florence Henry Falcons will receive the kickoff. Carson Kelly and Dawson Lavacek back to receive the kick. First half ended with GPL senior Lucas Johnson taking it 97 yards for a touchdown. And the Panthers start with a little squib kick that's covered up by number 12, James Conkey. Sorry. So Panthers' 3 scores have come on a 55-yard touchdown run, a 58-yard screen pass, and a 97-yard run at the end of the first half. That pass from Dawson Lanchin intended for Tucker Keller is no good. Lanchin was hit. Felt pressure on that pass. Panthers have been putting pressure on the Falcons all game. Getting into the backfield. So the Falcons will split 3 out wide to the right. Lanchin in the shotgun. He's pressured again. Goes through the hands of Lavacek. And then bounces off the helmet of Martins, I believe. Martins could have had an interception there. Went right through his hands, bounced off his helmet. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. Believe 3rd and 10 from the 41-yard line. Now we've got 3 split out to the left, 1 to the right, and Lanchin in the shotgun. The direct handoff to Conkey. He'll gain probably 4 yards or so. That'll bring up 4th down at the 45-yard line. 45-yard line. So just past a minute here into the second half. Brings up 4th down. And a crucial 4th down here for Florence Henry. Lanchin gets hit again on the pass. And we've got Cameron there on the tackle. Conkey with the reception. Cameron with the tackle. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for Florence Henry. And Panthers will take over on downs at the 52 or the 48-yard line. So they'll start in Falcon territory right away with only about a minute gone here in the second half. Lights are shining, LED brand new lights, bright lights here on Friday night in Watertown. Bauer back to pass. Bauer downfield. Can't quite connect with Bergen. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for GPL. Like I said, these brand new LEDs shining bright here at Allen Mitchell Field Stadium Athletic Complex. Moon coming out, nearly a full moon here on this crisp early September evening. Canas around the left side takes the pitch, and he'll pick up almost 20 yards for the Panthers. And as you may have heard from the announcer and the crowd, that run by Canas is enough for a Panther first down. So it's going to be spotted at the 27-yard line, and the Panthers are marching here on their first possession in the second half. Taking a look at some of the other scores in 9AA around the state. ECC conference teams. Britton Hecla at halftime, they're leading Redfield 47-0. The Panthers travel up to Britton here in a couple weeks at the end of the month to play the Britton Hecla Braves. Hamlin has already defeated Wabash Summit 53-0. That's the Panthers' next opponent next week. That one will be played down at the Hamlin Education Center. Bauer goes back and kind of a broken up play. He's taken down for a big loss by Conkey in the backfield on second down. And it's going to bring up third and an eternity for the Panthers. Probably about 20 yards, maybe more. So tall task for the Panthers next week as they take on the number 2 team in the state, the Hamlin Chargers. Followed up by taking on the number 1 team in the state, Elkton Lake Benton, the following week back here for homecoming. And right now, Elkton Lake Benton and Freeman Academy is all tied up at 21 apiece at halftime. Freeman is ranked number 3 in the state. Bauer again taken down, and he fumbles the football. And they're going to say it was recovered by the Falcons. So on 3rd and 20, the Bauer fumbles the football, and the Falcons recover. So that's enough to fire up the Florence Henry faithful here in Watertown tonight. As the Falcons will take over, they're going to spot the ball. It's looking like they're going to spot it just past midfield. And they are at the 49-yard line, so they'll take over in Panther territory in that favorable field position.
Fourth down in a country mile for the Panthers.
Oh, they're going to say it wasn't a fumble. Panthers must have recovered it. Panthers recovered it, so it is fourth down, not a turnover. So they'll get the opportunity. Logan Bergen will get the opportunity to punt. Ball at the 49-yard line. Booming punt from Bergen is taken by Keller. Keller avoids one tackle, but Aiden Cameron, the sophomore, pushes him back and stops his forward progress at about, they're going to spot it looks like at about the 25-yard line, but there's penalties. 2 penalty flags on the field. So we'll see what these penalties are. Going to be roughing the kicker on Florence Henry. I believe that's a 15-yard penalty. And that's going to be a personal foul. It looked like he pointed in the direction of Florence Henry. Personal foul and roughing the kicker. So it's going to be. We'll see what the officials sorted out to be here. Yes, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Panthers off the 2 penalties. Panthers catch a break there. So they had a roughing the kicker and a personal foul penalty against the Florence Henry Falcons, who had the Panthers in a 4th and a mile. But now the Panthers are 4th and 10, or 1st and 10 from the 36. And Canas runs to the right, breaks a tackle, taken down at about the 21-yard line for a nice gain of probably about 15 yards. So that's enough for a Panther first down. So what a turn of events here. We had the Panthers who were deep in their own territory for 4th and probably about a 20, 25 yards, punting the ball to Florence Henry. And then the Falcons on the punt get a roughing the kicker and a personal foul call. So the Panthers get a first down. And then Canas gets a 15-yard run. Handoff now to Lucas Johnson. Johnson up the middle to the 15-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and probably 6 with 7:23 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers leading 22-0 with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers have scored 3 touchdowns, all 3 coming on plays of 50 or more yards. 3 explosive plays here on this brand new field turf at Allen Mitchell Athletic Complex. And then the pitch to Canas is bobbled around. Canas falls on it and recovers it, so the Falcons don't have a chance to recover. Going to bring up 3rd and 7. So Panthers up 22-0. Bergen split out to the right. Johnson and Canas in the backfield. Bauer under center. Bauer hands it off to Canas. Canas to the right side, and he dives forward to about the 13-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th and 2. Panthers likely going to go for it here. As Logan Bergen runs in the play from the sideline. Just under 6 minutes to go. 5:47 here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers up 22-0. Bergen splits out to the left. Canas and Johnson in the backfield. Bauer under center. Bauer takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson runs it to the right. Johnson gets his 3rd, count it, 3rd touchdown of the game. Number 3 for 23, who gets the hat trick of touchdowns and puts the Panthers up 28-0 with 5:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Lucas Johnson gets his 3rd touchdown of the game on a handoff and a run to the right side and ultimately the end zone here at Allen Mitchell Field. Handoff to Grady Hermo, gets in the game for the 2-point conversion. That's going to be no good. So Hermo gets his first action of the game on the 2-point conversion. He stopped short, so it's going to remain 28-0 GPL with 5:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the third quarter here in Watertown as Great Plains Lutheran gets ready to kick off with 5:24 left here in the third quarter. Tomczak's kick touches one Falcon player, but it looks like they were able to get on top of it and cover it up. Looks like number 12, James Conkey, recovered it. Once it hits a opposing player, it's a live ball out there, folks. Could have been anybody's.
And the Falcons will take over at the 43.
Anybody's football. But Conkey recovers it for the Falcons to retain possession. Panthers up 28-0. As we enter the back half of the third quarter. Lanchin in the shotgun. Lanchin takes it, play broken up, and he's taken down by Krenz and Johnson.
William Krenz for the Panthers for a quarterback sack. A loss of 4, about 6 yards.
So loses probably about 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 16 for the Falcons. Lanchin back deep in the shotgun again. Would imagine the Falcons will try to throw it around the yard here. And that pass is dropped by Bo Hemmingson. That's the first time the senior has been targeted tonight. He was open. It went right through his hands. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 16 with 4:40 to play in the third quarter. Panthers up 28-0. Lanchin again in the shotgun with 3 wide to the right. The ball bounces around and it's caught by Carson Kelly. Kelly is run down from behind. I believe that's number 22, Aiden Cameron. It is Cameron. Aiden Cameron runs Kelly down from behind. The ball bounced around there. There was good coverage by the Panthers. Went through the hands of a few Falcon players and a few Panther players. Ultimately, Carson Kelly came away with it on that broken play, but Cameron ran him down and tackled him at the 5-yard line. So it's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for the Falcons with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And we've got a timeout on the field. We'll be right back in 60 seconds. Back to the action here in the third quarter, 4:08 to go. 1st and goal, and number 12, Conkey, runs it up the middle, but he's met by a host of Panthers who keep him out of the end zone. So it's going to bring up 2nd down and goal on the 1-yard line. Conkey ran it right up the middle. And we've got goal line formations here with almost all 9 players. Conkey again met Benjamin Prawl, Aiden Cameron, Lucas Johnson, and who's on the bottom of the pile? None other than William Krenz, to keep the Florence Henry Falcons out of the end zone on second down. A loss of 1 yard, so it's going to be 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line. So again, they put almost all 9 players on both sides up on the line. They hand it off to number 9, Keller, and he's met by Prawl, the freshman, Benjamin Prawl. And who else was in on the tackle? Looks like Cameron was in on that tackle again. So that's another loss of about 3 yards. So now it's on the 5-yard line. So it's 4th and goal from the 5. Panthers had a big stop down in the red zone just before halftime. And right now they're standing up tall on the goal line and keeping the Falcons out of the end zone. We'll see if they can do it one more time here on 4th down. 4th and goal from the 5. We've got Lanchin under center. Conkey in the backfield. Lanchin goes back to pass. He's being chased. And the ball is batted away by Logan Bergen. And the Panthers come up 4 straight times. They stymie the Falcons and keep them out of the end zone to keep the score on the scoreboard 28-0 in their advantage. So the Panthers come up big in the red zone just before the second half, just before halftime. And they come up big on the goal line here and keep the Falcons out of the end zone, take over on downs, and keep the score 28-0 with 2:36 to play in the 3rd quarter. Jarrett Bauer will run in the play for the Panthers. Will take over at the 5-yard line. Bergen split out to the right. Canas in the backfield. Canas takes it to the right. Makes one man miss, but he's wrangled down by Adrian Filsrand at about they're going to say at about the 9-yard line. So Panthers gain about 4 yards on that play. Going to be 2nd and 6 with 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers up 28-0. Bauer hands it off to Johnson. Johnson up the left side. And he'll pick up a couple. Coming up this week at GPL tomorrow, Panther varsity volleyball team will be in Esteline for the Esteline Hendricks volleyball tournament. They'll take on Del Rapids St. Mary's at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then we'll see where they go in the bracket after their first game tomorrow. So varsity volleyball 3-1 as they head into that tournament tomorrow. Canas up the left side picks up probably about 6-7 yards, 6 or 7, and he'll get a first down. And as you may have heard from the crowd, that's good enough for a Panther first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 16. We've got cross country coming up on Tuesday. Cross country will be at Britain for a meet up there. Volleyball will travel to Millbank on Tuesday. So they play the tournament tomorrow, and then All three volleyball teams, C, JV, and varsity, will play at Millbank on Tuesday. JV football will be at GPL on Monday against Florence. So JV will be in action and play at the Bowl at GPL on Monday. That's the end of the third quarter. Panthers up 28-0 as we head into the final frame of this one. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to the fourth quarter here at Allen Mitchell Field in Watertown, South Dakota. 28-0, GPL leads Florence Henry. The pitch to Caleb Canas up the right side. He'll take it for a gain of about 4 or 5 yards. But it looks like there's an injured player on the field. Looks like there's an injured Panther on the field. Well, they're getting him up. It's Logan Bergen. May just be a cramp. He's jogging off the field. Looks like he's going to be okay. Just a little shaken up on that play. Panthers will take over third down. 3rd and 11 from the 15. Carly will run in the play from the sideline for GPL. 11:34 to go in the ball game. 28-0 GPL. On a brisk night here in September in Watertown. Under the LED lights and the nearly full moon. Bauer takes a snap, drops back the pass. Downfield to Carly. Carly hauls it in, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Panthers. It's going to go 92 yards for a Panther touchdown. Four explosive plays here for GPL tonight of 50 yards or more on this fast field turf of this brand new stadium. 92-yard touchdown pass from Jarrett Bauer to Holden Carly. But there's an injury on the field. Falcon player is down. He gets up. Lanchin gets up. And he's going to jog off. So it looks like he'll be all right. might have gotten the wind knocked out of him. Didn't quite see what happened there. Too busy watching that 92-yard pass from Bauer to Carly. Bauer threw that ball that was probably about 40 or 50 yards in the air. Carly hauled it in about the 40-yard line, broke one tackle, and he was loose for 6. Bauer takes it on the 2-point conversion, and he's going to be wrestled down, no good. It's going to remain 34-0. GPL with just over 11 minutes to go in this ball game. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Panthers up 34-0 with 11 minutes left to play. Sam Tomczak kicking off for GPL. And it looks like he's going to squib kick it again. It's going to be covered up by Keller. He's going to scoop it up and take it 3 or 4 yards, where the Falcons will take over at about the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 for Florence Henry. Just under 11 minutes to play. Britton Hecla now up on Redfield 61-14 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Panthers have quite the schedule coming up. Looks like they're going to head into the tougher part of their schedule at 3-0. Next week they head to Hamlin, play the number 2 team in 9AA in the state, in the Hamlin Chargers. The next week they play the number 1 team in 9AA right here for homecoming, Elkton Lake Benton, taking on the Elks for homecoming. And then the following week they travel up to Britton to take on the Britton Hecla Braves for a ECC conference matchup up there. And it's looking like Britton Hecla has a good ball club this year as well. So the Panthers will head into a real tough part of their schedule here in the next 3 games. Looking like they're going to start the season here undefeated at 3-0. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the ball game. 3rd and 6 for Florence Henry. Lanchin hands it off to Conkey. And Conkey dives ahead for a gain of a couple. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Falcons. Then the final 2 games of the season come in October for the Panthers. They got a week off, first week in October, bye week, after facing 3 tough teams in a row. Then they'll take on DeSmet and Wilmot to end their season in October. So these next 3 games will really be a big test for GPL. Plavacek is stood up at the line of scrimmage by the Panthers, who are not taking their foot off the gas here. Stood up at the line of scrimmage, and they're going to turn it over on downs. Panthers are going to take over at the 47-yard line. Aiden Cameron on the stop there for the Panthers. Elkton Lake Benton, however, the #1 team in 9AA, is currently losing in the third quarter to the #3 team, Freeman Marion Freeman Academy. Freeman Marion Freeman Academy is up 34-21 on Elkton Lake Benton right now in the third quarter. Hamlin's already won. They beat Wabash Summit 53-0. So if the score holds, it's looking like the Panthers may face the #1 team in the state next week in the Hamlin Chargers. So we'll see where the Panthers stack up next week. Heading into that game with a lot of confidence. Panthers beat Wabash Summit last week 36-6. And Hamlin beat them tonight 53-0. So we'll see where the Panthers end up there.
3rd and 5 for the Panthers.
Panthers have now won their first 2 games by 20 or more points against Waverly South Shore and Wabash Summit. Up right now in this one 34-0 with 7.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Benjamin Prawl in at quarterback, the freshman, takes the snap, rolls to the right, cuts it outside, cuts it back, takes it up the middle, and he's taken down just past midfield at the 49-yard line. Panthers getting a few underclassmen in on the action tonight with 7 minutes to go in the game. Up 34-0 on fellow Eastern Coteau Conference foe Florence Henry. Logan Bergen comes in to punt on 4th and 6. Bergen's punt down to about the 16-yard line. Fielded by Phil Strand. He'll bring it up to Flizzrand will bring it up to about the 33-yard line. And we've got a timeout on the field with 6.5 minutes to play. Panthers up 34-0. Welcome back to the fourth quarter. Panthers up 34-0 with 6 minutes and 31 seconds left in this ball game. Florence Henry takes over at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. The snap to Flissrand, and he's taken down by Broomer at after a gain of about 1 yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9, 6:15 to go. So it looks like the Falcons have a new quarterback in. And that play was kind of not firing on all cylinders from the beginning. Number 24 is Zachary Schroeder, the junior in at quarterback. 3rd and 5 for Florence Henry as time ticks away here under the new bright LED lights at Allen Mitchell Field in Watertown. Panthers playing here for the first time tonight. Parents' night. Next time they play here, it'll be in 2 weeks on homecoming. Falcons try a little trickery there as number 22, Jackson Chockert, kind of fakes like he was going to get the toss there behind the line of scrimmage. But it goes up the middle for no gain. And it brings up 4th and about 5 yards. Panthers getting some underclassmen in there. Looking across the defensive line. Few sophomores. Hermo fields it at the 20-yard line. He takes it up the middle, breaks through a few tackles. He takes it at the 20-yard line and scoops up the ball for about a 20-yard return. About a 20-yard return to about the 22, where the Panthers will take over there off the punt. Grady Hermo, sophomore, getting in on some action for the Panthers tonight. Freshman Benjamin Prawl in at quarterback. You've got Elijah Radke on the line. You also have Hudson Krause on the line. Hermo in the backfield. The handoff up the middle goes to number 18, Hudson Krause. So Hudson Krause is at fullback. You've got Radke, Kukan, and Duval on the offensive line right now. Benjamin Prawl in at quarterback. Number 10, Andre Theron, running in the plays from the sideline. We've got freshman Austin Bergen out there. Sophomore Grady Hermo. So as I said, with a 34-0 lead and 3 minutes to play, some underclassmen are getting in on some action here on this brand new field here on the first home game in Watertown for GPL. Last week was a home game, but it was played at Northern State University in Aberdeen, where they got a 36-6 win over Waubee. Third and 7 here with 2.5 minutes to play. Panthers up 34-0. And we've got a timeout, Panthers, with just under 2.5 minutes to play. 34-0, timeout, Panthers. Will be back. Welcome back. Fourth quarter here. 2.5 minutes to play. 3rd and 7. Benjamin Prawl at quarterback. Takes the snap. Screen pass out to Hermo. Hermo up the sideline to the 40 and wrestled down out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. But there's a flag on the field. It's going to be holding on the offensive line, so this one is coming back. Holding on the Panthers.
Looks like holding on the Panthers.
So they're going to mark it off 10 yards. Try that 3rd down again. So it'll be 3rd and 17. For GPL. So GPL will go on to 3-0 on the season. Conference win here tonight, coming off a conference win last week against Wabash Summit. And then they're going to end their season with a couple big conference games against Britton Heckler and Wilmot. Benjamin Prawl airs it out. Caught by Austin Bergen. Austin Bergen is going to go all the way. He's going to get the touchdown. They go 65 yards. Benjamin Prawl, 65 yards. One freshman to another, as Austin Bergen hauls it in and takes it to the house for the 65-yard touchdown as the Panthers go up 40-0 on Florence Henry. The freshman connection and a 40-0 lead. The 2-point conversion. Prawl pitches to Hermo. Hermo walks it in to make it 42-0 with 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play in this ball game here on Parents' Night in Watertown. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Welcome back. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play here in this ball game. Panthers up 42-0 on Florence Henry as we get ready to kick it off and finish this one out. Sam Tomzak goes back for the kick. Squibs it to the right this time. And Florence Henry will cover it up. And Panthers being up 35-0, or more than 35 points. They're up 42-0. But once you're up more than 35 points, clock keeps running. So these final 2 minutes will kick off quickly. We got the ball boy, number 10, out there running on the field to get the tee. 7th grader. Played the junior high game earlier tonight. Hudson Dunsmore, number 10. Gets the tee off the field. Clock ticking down, just about a minute to play. Fumble on the field. And Panthers recover. Fumble on the field, Panthers recover. We're under a minute to play. Clock keeps ticking. Panthers will likely just either take a knee or hand it off here to finish out this ball game. Kraus and Wentzloff run in from the sideline, run in the play. 29 seconds left. As I said, Kukon, Duval, Radke on the line. Braden Wentzloff split out to the left. Austin Bergen at tight end. Benjamin Prahl takes a knee as Grady Hermo congratulates him. And the Panthers are going to go on to win this one as the final second ticks off. 42-0. The Panthers beat the Florence Henry Falcons and will take a 3-0 undefeated record down to the Hamlin Education Center near Hayti next Friday night, where they'll likely take on possibly the #1 team in the state. Panthers will see where they stack up next week against the Hamlin Chargers, and we'll be right back here in 2 weeks for homecoming against Elkton Lake Benton. Thanks for watching tonight. Big win for the Panthers. Appreciate you tuning in. Have a safe night and a blessed week. Good night.